Hello and welcome back to Boxing Social in association with Betfred. My name is Ayman Khan. We are here today at BT Sports Studios with the one and only Frank Warren. Frank Warren, first of all, how's life treating you?
I can't complain, and if I did, Ayman, no one's going to take any notice.
Good, great to hear. Frank, let's get straight into it. You backed yourself in the purse, backing your man here, Parker-Andrade. It's here, it's ready. Talk to me about the fight.
It's a tough fight for Zach, but I think with home advantage, the fans get behind him. The fact that he is a natural super middleweight, he's a big super middleweight, and the fact that Andrade Demetrius is coming up a weight from being a world champion for quite a while in the middleweight division, I think he's got a good chance, a real good chance. Andrade has obviously beat 3 fighters from this side of the Atlantic, so I'm quite sure he's going to fancy the odds here. But I really do think Zach, if he's ever going to win a world title, this is his big moment.
You've got the Derby ground here. Talk to me about getting the logistics of getting that ground here. Obviously, Zach Parker being a Derby fan must be great to fulfil his dream there. But was it difficult getting the Derby ground?
No, I mean, obviously they've got their problems. They're in administration, as you know. They've got all sorts of problems going on internally in the club. Zach is a massive, big fan, and we talked about it, and he said it'd be great if we can do something to help the club as well promote the fight there. So £10 from each ticket is being donated to the club, which actually will go to the club and be used for nothing else. I'm hoping the fans will come out and get behind him. You know, they're big football supporters. It's a great stadium. It's a very historic club, and by getting behind Zach and supporting their man, hopefully becomes wins. It also helps their football club. So it's a double whammy.
WBO interim super middleweight title on the line there. Given that interim status with Canelo holding all the titles, do you expect the winner to potentially get elevated or fight Canelo? Should Canelo vacate the titles when he's done with them?
I think you're absolutely right. It'll be one or the other. But whatever happens, they're in a brilliant position for the winner. He's either going to be straight to be champion, or he's going to be involved in a big fight with Canelo, which would be a big money fight for him.
Good fight you're delivering here. How about the undercard? Is that shaped? Have we got any names that are on the undercard?
We're pulling that all together, and it is an excellent undercard from a lot of our Midland fighters. Over the last couple of years, we've been working quite hard up there, and we've got quite a few young fighters and good fighters. We've got good fan following, so I think everybody's going to be pleased with the undercard.
Andrade today is appearing on Zoom. I know there were some issues regarding the passport. What is the situation there?
He will be on Zoom. It's not his fault. His passport had expired. We want to obviously get the press conference on quickly as possible. But he will be on the other end of a Zoom call today, and we will be getting him in hopefully next week.
Given this being a cross-promotional fight and some of the difficulties you've had in other negotiations with cross-promotion fights, has this one been easier to kind of deal with?
Well, I'm dealing with a professional. You know, he's a professional. He's a world champion. He knows how it works, and he's acting professionally. And there's been up to now no problems. We had a little hitch with the passport, but that's hardly his fault.
Let's get to that then. It was an interesting listen, yourself and Ben's on TalkSport. First of all, Frank, your reaction now that the dust has settled quite a bit on that interaction?
Well, I just think it's, I hope everybody understood where I was coming from. The fact that we do have a signed contract that he advised his client to sign, and we haven't breached it, and now are in breach of it. And the things that he's been demanding and asking for are not in the contract.
One of the terms of the contract that was revealed was that White would have to reasonably promote the contract. In your kind of feeling, what do you expect from White in terms of that promotion?
Well, he's behind now. He hasn't done anything, has he? He's not put a tweet out. He's not done one single thing to help the promotion. It's all been done by Tyson and myself. Not helped at all. But you know what? The contract's there. We will adhere to it, and at the end of the day, I expect him to fight, and we'll deal with all the other stuff afterwards. If he doesn't help, then he's going to be in breach, and obviously we're not going to leave it at that.
Escrow being one of the issues, and there was some back and forth of whether that had been given or not or accepted. What's the position on that right now, Frank?
Well, there isn't. The position is we're honouring our contract. There's nothing in the contract. Jeffrey Bentz has been lying, telling people and asking and phoning radio stations on this matter. There is nothing in there regarding escrow whatsoever, as was established, I think, pretty much so last week in the interview we did.
tickets has been another stumbling block. Is there any movement on that in terms of offering tickets? And can tickets be offered, considering the situation with Ticketmaster? Can they be offered to Dillian?
We're sold out. Look, there was nothing to stop him or his fans picking up the phone and booking tickets on Ticketmaster. That's what Tyson Fury's fans had to do.
And the other issue being the poster, there was a regarding some misrepresentation. What was that, Frank? What was the misrepresentation that the Whites team had felt?
I think the only word I can think about to sort of really deal with that is a load of bollocks. I mean, I've never heard of anything like it. You know, see all these here, we better get hold of Andrade and take that picture down. And take that one down while you're about it. And I don't want you filming me. I mean, what is this all about? It's just pathetic crap.
The sticking thing is, from a fan's point of view, because we hear these things, maybe there's a bit of lack of confidence that the fight does go ahead. Frank, can you alleviate those fears that the fight will go ahead?
I haven't spoken to Dillian Whyte. He's contracted to box, and if he doesn't box, he'd be, for any valid reason, he'd be in breach of contract, and we will sue him. But we don't want to go down it. Why wouldn't he want to box? He's getting 32 times more money than he's ever earned for a purse.
Because of the situation right now, some in Dillian's team anticipate that the pay-per-view sales will be hurt. Does this help the pay-per-view sales? Does it hurt the pay-per-view sales? What do you think?
Well, it didn't help. It didn't hurt the ticket sales. So I shouldn't think it's going to hurt the pay-per-view sales. It's a big fight. It's a record. We'll be announcing next week the exact number of extra tickets that we've got to put on sale, and they will go on sale next week, which will make it the highest grossing event, single day event, to ever take place at Wembley Stadium. I'm not talking about boxing, any event.
So that you're saying that the application to increase the tickets was agreed?
We will announce the actual amount that they've agreed to next week.
Okay. I asked you at the first press conference the pay-per-view price as to what it could be. Is there the potential that the pay-per-view price for that fight could be increased? Is that on the table, Frank?
BT will be announcing the price of it in due course.
Moving away from the actual negotiations of it, Tyson Fury was pictured bringing in Jarrell Miller to his training camp, but a lot of kind of confliction in terms of Jarrell Miller in his past there. What are your thoughts on Jarrell Miller as a training partner, given his history?
Well, he's not boxing. He's using him purely for sparring purposes, and I see no problem with that.
Dubois, it looked like Dubois would be fighting Trevor Bryan, but Don King looks like he'll be litigating, wanting an increased purse for Daniel Dubois. Does that delay the fight then?
No, it's very clear. They put the purse bid was put out based upon certain terms and splits, and he's put his deposit in. Don King Promotion have put their deposit in. We received a contract yesterday, which we're reviewing at the moment. It has to be a standard contract, not a Don King contract, and it has a date for the fight to take place by, and we expect it to take place on that date. Otherwise, that'll be a breach of the purse bid.
So a couple of other things. It was mentioned that an offer was made to Anti-Yard to fight Joshua Buatsi. Had you received that offer, Frank?
It was ages ago. I thought we'd dealt with that a long time ago. Yeah, they made us an offer, and then we made them an offer back. We told them he's in the number one spot. He's fighting the winner of Joe Smith and Berbitev, and he gets that. And we told him we will gladly make the first defence. He wins that fight, and I think he's got a great chance of winning it against Buatsi. I mean, look, he's jumping. I don't know why. What is with my PR man? He keeps jumping on fights that we put on. Why don't he make Callum Smith and Buatsi? It's there to be made. I mean, it's what we do with our guys. We put them together. You know, we put Joe Joyce and we put Dubois together. We put Lyndon Arthur and we put Anthony together twice. That's what we do. We make the fights happen with our guys.
With that said, when can we expect to see Anthony back out?
I was hoping to get him out very soon, and we're meeting next week, and we're going to finalise that.
You've been putting on a number of shows, like we mentioned here. You're gearing up for Parker-Andrade, Fury versus White. It seems that Queensbury Promotions looking to put on and make a statement in this year, 2022.
Are we looking to make a statement?
It looks like you are with the fights that you're putting on.
Well, I hope so. I mean, we had a quiet, January because of the boxing board stopped the boxing. We had a bit of a problem in February because we weren't sure what was going on, but I think we've come back with a bang. We've got 3 shows on in April, we've got a couple on in May, and we've got a good June lined up. And as I say, I just want to get this Joe Smith fight, defending his title, get that out of the way, this unification fight, and then we'll have our man Anthony Yarden, who's there to win a title.
Let's bring it back to Parker versus Andrade. Like you mentioned there, Parker, if this is the opportunity for him to win a world title, he'll have to win it with Andrade. But in terms of him as a fighter, a tricky fight, it will be a tricky fight for Zach.
Yeah, he's a good fighter. He's been a world champion for a long time. He's nothing's is a given in this whatsoever. You know, Zach he's probably going in as an underdog, but he has some things going for him, and I think he could win this fight. Whatever happens, it's going to be great experience for him. He's only a young man, but I really do think he's got an opportunity of winning the title.
Frank, let's leave it there. Thanks so much for speaking to us. Looking forward to the press conference. Appreciate it.